Hey everybody, it's Chris back with another review for the Blue Collar Beer Gourmet. Hoping everybody's having a good Christmas, regardless of whether you're celebrating Christmas or not. Hope the day is working out well for you. A number of us have the day off, some of us don't. If you don't, I feel for you. This is actually dedicated to those of you who have to work on Christmas Day. Today's selection, because it is Christmas, I decided I would review a gift, and this is a gift from Karl at Tenaya Creek Brewery, and this is a gift he gave Tony and me. He gave us 4 bottles of beer. We got to divvy it amongst ourselves. Tony says he's never really been impressed with anything from Brooklyn Brewery, and so I ended up with their black chocolate stout in a bottle. Now, as it turns out, I actually have had this before. I had it back in July, and at that time I gave it a 3.25, so wasn't particularly impressed with it. 41 of my friends have given it an overall score of 4.04, and everyone total, 94,000 rankings, gives it a cumulative score of 3.85. So apparently I'm just not being fair with it. And I think this might actually be a little bit aged. I'm not certain. I just checked it and I did not see that among the other things that are on here, I don't see a brewed on or bottled by date, but it does have a 10.0 ABV, and I think Carl's actually been keeping this in his office or something like that. But the truth of the matter is, I'm not exactly certain where Brooklyn Brewery is. If anybody from New York wants to, or who knows New York, wants to tell me, in relation to where I lived in Bath Beach. So if you don't know where that is, it's below Bensonhurst, down by the Belt Parkway. But anyway, I'm not exactly certain how close Brooklyn Brewery was to me at that time. Believe it or not, I didn't see much of it when I lived in South Brooklyn. Every once and again, you'd see one of their beers, but not very often. Um, so anyway, I think I've gone over all that. 10-point ABV. Don't have a cost because it was a gift, so there you have it. But I'm going to be using the Venezia bottle opener that Tony brought back from Italy. He told me to tell him how this was because, as I said, he's not been particularly impressed with anything from Brooklyn Brewery, and I have to admit it's been kind of hit or miss with me with this brewery as well. So, upon initial opening, certainly getting the chocolate, almost cocoa notes, getting some sort of nuttiness. I can't place what specific type of nut, but I certainly am getting a nutty smell. I decided, since it was an Imperial Russian Stout, that I should probably use a snifter. Well, I don't have a snifter, so I'm going to use a goblet. And that is pouring very dark, as you can see. We ain't got no head on that at all, practically. Uh, but very, very dark. And okay, now that we've had a chance for the air to get to it, I smell lots and lots of chocolate. Boy, do I smell the chocolate. I actually smell, I really don't smell much more than chocolate. It's a little bit of roastiness, a little bit of nut. Chestnut is actually what I placed it. It's that very organic-y, earthy chestnut aroma. So I say let's delve in and see if in a bottle it's better than a 3.25, shall we? Merry Christmas and cheers. Well, you know what, gang? I think that's exactly what it needs. It needs to be aged. Um, so I am going to recommend to you, if you've had the black chocolate stout before and were not impressed with it, age it. Age it about 6 months. I think that's better than what I had straight from the draft. We got a medium mouthfeel. Very, very light alcohol burn considering we got a 10.0 ABV on this Imperial Russian Stout, or Russian Imperial Stout, excuse me. It's a Riz. I should know that by now. Um, and it's certainly mellowed out. Um, the flavor is more pronounced, I think, now. Before, if memory serves, I thought it was a little too alcoholic when I had it on draft. But this is one of those instances where, wait, here we go. Limited bottle, winter 14-15. Okay, so yes, this is aged. This is aged. Because this is winter 17-18. So, yeah, this is aged, and that makes it beautiful. Oh yeah, good stuff. Like aside from the spikiness, there's like I said, there's almost no mouthfeel. So I mean, no alcohol burn. Give this a medium mouthfeel. Um, the chocolate flavor is coming through. It's very mellow. The whole thing is very mellow, especially for being a 10%, 10.0 ABV. So I'd say the aging process has helped this considerably. I'm trying to guess. I'm really not doing a very good job of describing the flavor of it, am I? I just keep saying that I like it, but not going on very much. Okay, now that it's had a chance to roll around in my mouth for a bit, uh, I'm not getting much of a hop profile, but I am getting some of the malt profile through, and I'm thinking that they used two-row, and definitely some chocolate malt. It just kind of stands to reason it's a chocolate, it's a black chocolate stout. Um, that's what I think is the best about this chocolate is that it's not cocoa, it's not milk chocolate, it's not trying to be fudge. It's black chocolate. And I'm going to read from the bottle here. It says, famous Brooklyn black chocolate stout, descended from the Russian Imperial stouts of the 18th century. Our black chocolate stout has become a modern classic, heralded the world over. A blend of six malts produces the dark chocolate aroma and flavor. There is nothing better to enjoy with rich desserts and roaring fine cheeses and roaring fireplaces. There you have it. That's why I'm tasting malt and not much in the way of hop. Um, but six different malts. This is uh, definitely in a bottle. It ranks higher than it does on tap. So I really don't know what else to say about this beer other than it is chocolatey. It is tasty. There's the kitty. Thank you, kitty. And I'm really digging this. I'm going to be giving this probably a 4.0, but I do think honestly, if I see this on sale, I'm going to grab it. I'm going to stick it in the back of the closet, and I'm going to age it because that seems to be the way to enjoy it. So I'm going to recommend the beer, but I'm also going to recommend that you age it if you buy it. So until next time, drink good beer, don't break the bank doing it, and cheers. Merry Christmas, everybody.